Hello there. Today is Friday, the 4th of August, and here's what I learned during this week. Similarities in birds and humans' brains, anxiety while having group conversations, how to take emotions out of hard conversation, how to deal with others' tasks, a connection of the way of walk and personality. So check it out. First, during our community life conversation, Mila Tamati shared what she recently discovered talking to a neuroscientist.
We just had a couple of people staying with us last week, and one of the women, she's a neuroscientist who studies the brains of birds
Wow.
to better understand language in humans. The part of the brain that birds use and the part of the brain that humans use to process language is the same part. And I'm not sure exactly why it's easier to understand it in birds. Maybe the brain is smaller, but they're really interested in studying it, especially if someone has like neurodiversity or like language problems, language obstacles and challenges. They believe that the answer could be more easily found potentially in the brains of these birds.
Second, one more proof that community builders are relationships but not audience builders I received from Helena Brandist. Yes, also during the community live talk.
I don't like this kind of group dynamic. I really enjoy one-to-one connections. I actually feel anxiety when I'm in a big group. So a lot of social interaction in groups is tough for me, even though I'm a community manager, but here it is. That's the truth. I really cherish the deep one-to-one connections, and that's what my friendships are.
Third, on the Freelance Thrive conversation with Victoria Cumberbatch, I learned how to turn off emotions during hard conversations.
So something that I do in advance of a hard conversation is I make two columns on a pen and paper, and I put in story and I put in facts. And I write down all the story that I've created about this thing, which is all my emotional baggage. And then on the other side, I put in just what is. They said this, I said this. This happened at this time on this date, and that's it, right? And now just go with the facts when it's time for the conversation. Taking the emotional factor out of it allows the communication to be more clear, direct, and honest.
Of course, from Florian Gamper, I've heard an interesting tactic of working with problems.
Monkey management is the idea that like problems are monkeys and they sit on your body or they hang on your arm. And whenever someone comes to you, together you can look after the monkey, you can play with the monkey. But the most important thing is when that person leaves, the monkey goes with him. So that you're not become the place where everybody is like putting the stuff that they or that don't want to do or that it's too difficult for them at your place and it becomes your problem. And that already helps if you understand that, because like a lot of people are very helpful and they often come into that stress because they say, yeah, I'm going to do this for you or I'm going to help you on this. That's fine, but it should always be that in the end, the monkey stays at the person that originally had the problem.
And fifth, recently, watching people in the park, I understood that the way you walk totally represents your personality. I even found that there are studies on that, but please don't Google it. Just notice the way you and people you have good relationships with walk. So when you meet a new person, you can quickly understand if you walk together through this life in the future, or maybe not. Who knows? And there were 5 things I learned during this week. And what have you learned this week? Share it in the comments here or on LinkedIn, and let's connect. And see you next week.